Hi, my name is Hazuki. I'm an inline figure skater and a figure skater, and sometimes I have issues with motivation. A lot. If you've ever had a teacher that really likes TED Talks, you've probably seen the TED Talk about the instant gratification monkey. And basically, mine is really loud. That basically kind of means that sometimes I don't go skating for weeks on end, and I have issues motivating myself to skate, and then other times I can't stop myself from skating. It's interesting. And I think a lot of us, especially self-taught skaters and adult skaters, have issues sometimes kind of willing ourselves back onto the ice or back onto the pavement. Or at least that's an issue that I have a lot. So here's some things that you can try to motivate yourself to skate a little bit and just get back into skating as a whole, because I have issues with that all the time. First of all, I will say that if it's something to do with mental health, whether it be depression, anxiety, etc., go see a professional about that instead of a random figure skater on YouTube. I tend to have a lot of issues with motivation. Sometimes it's because I'm genuinely in like a depressive spell, and sometimes it's because, I've sat in front of a computer for 10 hours playing Minecraft, and I've lost all concept of time and normalcy. I think almost everyone sometimes has an issue with trying to will themselves to the rink. So here are some of the things that I do to try to get myself motivated to go skating again. Because the fact of the matter is, even if I'm not skating, I still love skating as a sport, and I still love to go skate. And it's literally just like the matter of getting me to the rink, and that's all it is. Once I get there, I'm happy, and I will skate. But motivating myself to drive half an hour or an hour to the closest rink or cement pad is a little bit bothersome sometimes. So one of the things I love to do is I like to look for inspiration in people who are better at skating than me. Whether it be inline skating or figure skating, like on ice, I really like watching people who are significantly better than me, because for some reason that motivates me. Now sometimes it also demotivates me and makes me feel like I'll never be as good as them, but then like they've worked their entire adolescent and like childhood lives on this, and I literally started this as a hobby 2.5 years ago. But sometimes seeing these amazing skaters really helps me out. So here's a bunch of Instagram accounts that I really like. On top of that, I also love watching YouTube. I feel like this is kind of like the domain that I've grown up with and that I'm very used to. But I love watching coaches as well as people who are doing like routines. So whether it be like the Olympic channel or the ISU channel or On Ice Perspectives. I love On Ice Perspectives, so good. Personally, I'm a person that loves fandoms, for better or for worse. And like I talked about in my last video, I have a bit of a liking towards Yuri on Ice. Joel Minas, I believe is his name. They do a lot of Yuri on Ice based skating. They also inline skate on golden horses, which is really cool. I really like watching people that make me feel excited and inspired about the sport. So Instagram, YouTube, those are kind of my go-tos. I would list TikToks, but I don't use TikTok because it scares me and I'm a boomer, so... Another thing that I really like to do is watching old figure skate competitions. My favorite is the Grand Prix finals, men's discipline specifically. There's a lot of really great guy skaters and a lot of really great girl skaters, but like the Russians kind of scare me, and like the whole drama, I kind of like to out of sight, out of mind that a lot of the time, which isn't great, but like I tend to not watch women's as much. And then the pairs and ice dance really confuse me. I know ice dance has like pattern dances, because I tried to figure out how to do a pattern dance last year, and that didn't work out very well. I ran into walls a lot, and then I learned that I'm really bad at certain 3 turns. And I'm also really bad at reading, like, the thing. I'm really bad at reading those. So it didn't work out. But men's discipline, for some reason, is the easiest for me to watch. Maybe it has to do with me watching Yuri on Ice a lot. I need to stop talking about Yuri on Ice. Another thing you can do is watch Yuri on Ice. Does this surprise anyone? No. Any of the other figure skating movies and or TV shows, I don't know why, but the good ones at least make me very excited to go skating. Here's something that I don't tend to do on purpose. It just kind of happens, and then I get excited about skating again. It is that I go through my camera roll, and then I find old videos of me failing at skating. Asterisk here. Not because I'm like hating on my old self for being bad, but because I see like the progress that I've made, and it makes me really excited. When I go skate, sometimes I feel really discouraged about the fact that like I feel like I'm not improving at all, and having those videos just kind of lingering on my phone in my memory taking up space, even though it's a little bit annoying, is really helpful when you kind of stumble across them again and you see like, oh wait, I've gotten better at that. And it feels really good, you know? Because a lot of the time, I lose sight, and I'm assuming other people do as well, but I lose sight of the fact that I've grown so much in the past 2 years, like both as a person and as a skater, and seeing those old videos makes me like excited to try to see if I can go towards the next big thing. But seeing those old videos really helps me feel excited about skating again. This sounds really dumb, just stick with me. Sometimes if I trick my brain, I can get myself excited. So if I decide just one day, I'm gonna go skating at 8 a.m. to this like cement pad that's like 45 minutes away, and I just decide that, and I go to bed early, and I set all my alarms, and I wake up early and eat a really good breakfast, like I can kind of trick myself into going skating, and then I get back into it that way, which sounds kind of bad when you think about it. I just like it works sometimes. Don't judge me. Kind of piggybacking off that, if you make yourself accountable to wake up early and go skate, whether it be by texting your friend that like, oh, I'm gonna go skating today, it really does help. I don't know why. It's psychology, I guess. Making sure that you stay accountable and like preparing the night before, getting your bag all packed and like figuring out what you want for breakfast and like packing your snack or something like that. I don't know why, but it really helps me get excited about waking up early in the morning to go skate, which is odd because I'm the type of person that stays up till 2 a.m. So like this waking up early does not compute. I think all of these, what they have in common is that they sort of reignite the spark that made you love skating in the first place. Whatever it is that made you excited about skating in the first place, if you kind of remember it and think back to it and try to get excited about it again. I think like that's the big key, right? That's how you get back into skating. That's how you motivate yourself to go skating again. For me, I just love the gracefulness of the sport, the beauty, but also at the same time the incredible power of the sport. You know, it's so like, it's artistic and it's movement based, but it's also like very athletic and sporty, and it requires a lot of dedication, and I think that's absolutely phenomenal. Like, that's so beautiful, and I love the sport so much, and you need to figure out how to reignite that, I guess, if that makes any sense. There's this one clip from Yuri on Ice, and it's like 5 seconds long, and it's literally just Victor skating on ice, and like there's like beams of light coming in through like the glass and whatever, and it's really pretty. But like things like that, like imagining that for some reason just gets me so excited about skating, even if I'm like feeling really down or when I want to get back into skating again after taking a couple weeks off or a couple months off. Thinking about those little things that make me excited about the sport always really helps. Also, when I first get back on the ice, you're supposed to do edges and warm-ups and turns and crap, and like that is also my own advice. But like, do I ever follow it? No. First thing I'll do, without a doubt, I'll do one lap and do like slaloms, and then I'll just start doing spins, which is really bad because my body's not warmed up and I know that. But it makes me excited about the rest of the practice. I'm not saying you should do that as well. I'm a bad influence, but that does make me excited about skating again. So like, you know, you win some, you lose some. Try not to pull a muscle. Also, here are some little things that can help you as well. Fun playlists. Never underestimate the power of music. If you're in a fandom, pro tip, take the name of your favorite character and then add the word playlist after it. Search it on YouTube, and like you'll find playlists based off like the characteristics of that character, and it's really helpful for some reason. Again, I'm just like outing myself as a nerd. This should be embarrassing, but I have no shame anymore. I'll link my playlists down below. I'm not good at music, just so you know. I'm not good at like making playlists and crap. So don't expect anything out of it. But this is the kind of music that I like listening to like get excited about doing jumps and doing spins and off ice and blah blah blah. No, please don't, Paul. Please don't, Paul. Another thing that helped me this time around, for some reason, I don't get it, is doing off ice. I'm not a person that typically hates off ice. I don't particularly enjoy it. I mean, sometimes I do. It depends. Like, I like doing stretches, and I like doing spins, and I like doing jumps, but I really hate cardio, and I hate most off ice. I hate most off ice. But for some reason, I started doing jump off ice a few days ago, and now I'm back into like really loving to leave the house to skate. Part of it has to do with just like my brain not being good at producing dopamine and serotonin and just feel good, happy chemicals. But I think motivation is something that a lot of us struggle with every now and again. And you know, you just need that little push because you still love skating. I still love skating. I just like driving an hour to go to an ice rink or driving half an hour to get to like a nice place to skate is a little bit annoying sometimes. And then I just want to like stay in bed or stay in my room and play TNT Run for hours on end.
No!
It's really not healthy. It's also really important to give yourself a break. My back is almost constantly hurting when I'm skating every day. Why? Because I do Bielman stretches every day because I'm a moron and I want a really pretty Bielman. And every now and again, your body just really needs that break. Obviously, you probably shouldn't skate every day. You need rest days. You know, sometimes your body just needs a couple weeks off just to kind of take a deep breath and relax and repair all the damaged muscles and like make your back not hurt anymore, etc. If you follow my Instagram, you've probably noticed this a little bit. I've been in a bit of a slump for the past few weeks. Pretty much ever since like beginning of exam season, which was a month and a half ago, my skating brain has just kind of been dead. Which, you know, I would say it's really annoying because that's the kind of person I am, but it's, you know, it's disheartening when I fall out of the sport a little bit because it feels like this might be like the last time I get excited about skating, and it takes a little bit of push to get back into it. And once I'm back into it, I'm happy and I'm glad to go out skating and I love doing off ice and blah 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 blah. It's all happy and good and whatever. But you know, getting back into that is tough. And so these are some of the things that I do to get me excited about it. I have binged all of Yuri on Ice in one sitting just to get excited about the sport again because I got scared that I was going to fall out of the sport. Maybe not the best thing to do when you think about it because it's almost like forcing a hobby. But like, I know that I do still love the sport. It's just like a means of it's a means of tricking my brain into like liking doing off ice and liking the drive to the rink again, if that makes any sense. Because that's really what I'm tricking myself into doing. It's all the little work that I have to trick my brain into doing. So like the off ice and the stretching and the packing my bag and the packing my snack and getting ready in the morning and like driving. Once I get there, I'm happy. Once I have skates on my feet, I'm happy to do whatever, right? It's just getting myself to that point that really tends to suck. Sometimes. When I'm out of the sport. Yeah. But yeah, I'm back to doing Bielman stretches every day. My back's not happy. I'm happy though, so that's good. Right. Skating for me tends to be like a very mindful thing. You know, you have a lot of mental health professionals saying like, oh, you should meditate or you should find mindful activities for you, whether that be like coloring books or reading or drawing, etc., etc. Figure skating and ice skating and inline skating for me are mindful activities, especially on the ice. When it's like inline skating, I tend to have to think a little bit more and it's less mindful. But when I'm on the ice especially, it's a very mindful activity for me. So a lot of the times I'll mistake it as self-care. And I mean, to an extent it is kind of self-care as in it's indulging in something that I really want to do. And it's really beneficial for my body just because it's the only sport that I enjoy and I don't leave the house for anything other than skating really nowadays because lockdowns. But I think, and again, not a mental health professional, I've taken one high school course on psychology. And it wasn't even entirely on psychology because there was sociology and anthropology thrown in there. So like, I don't know what I'm talking about, right? But at the same time, I think it's really important to give yourself breaks. Yay! That's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow, including myself. But, if your body is telling you that you need a break from skating, I think it's really important that you take it. Don't force yourself to go skate every day. That's the message. But yeah, those are some of the things that I like to do to get back into skating after taking a bit of a break. Again, this is a bit of a personal thing, and so it's going to change depending on the person. These are just the things that's helped me. They might not help you, and if they don't, sorry, I kind of feel bad. But, there's some things that you can try. Thanks so much for watching. I really hope some of these helped. Leave your own tips and tricks down below for how you get motivated to go skating, and I will see you guys next time.